Hello guys, this is Shirodip once again and you're watching Code Java tutorial series. In this tutorial we're gonna learn about inheritance. So inheritance is very important in object-oriented programming, and it means reusability of your code, and it's one of the fundamental approach to proceed your object-oriented programming, and it helps you to get reusability structure or module in your programming. Now, what is inheritance actually is all about? Take a real life example. Suppose a child is born, and he is having his own identity, as well as he is the child of his parents. So he is having his own identity as well as the identity of her father and mother, of his father and mother. So inheritance can be defined as this way. Now, in a programming manner, you can say that one class is having some methods and its variables, and another class is extending the class or inheriting that class. So that the class which is inheriting or extending that particular class will have its own methods, as well as the methods or the variables which is declared in the parent class will also be considered in this method, which is implementing or extending. Now take a look in this example. I have defined one class over here, class A, and I have defined one variable, integer I, and class B is extending class A. So class B is inheriting class A. Now in Java, if you want to use inheritance, then you have to use this keyword, that is extend. Extend simplifies that you are inheriting from the parent class, and in class B I am inheriting class A, and as well as is having its own variable, that is J. Now from the main method of class manager, uh, and one more thing over here, I have implemented three classes in a single Java file, and the main method is having the class manager, so I saved the class as manager.java. Now you can write three different classes in your three different Java folder, also three different Java file also. It will not affect, but provided that you keep all those files in your package, same package, whatever you are using. So you will be getting more about package later in this series. Now for this you can write in this way also, and save it as the manager.java, which is having the main method. Now coming back to the class manager, I have defined one object, that is the class A object, aa1 equals to new a, and I am initializing the variable of I, that is the class A variable, and a1 dot I equals to 10. Now I am creating another object of class B, and I am initializing the variable of class B, that is the I variable, b1 dot I equals to 20. Now here in the program I have not written integer I in the class B. Now why it is so? Because class B is extending class A, so it will get automatically class I, the variable integer I in its class. So that's why you can directly access b1 dot I equals 20. I mean initializing, and b1 dot j equals to 30. Now I am printing a1 dot y, that will be printed as 10, and b1 dot I that I have initialized as 20, so 20 will be printed, and after that b1 dot j will be 30, so 30 will be printed. Now moving back to the next program. In this program also I have defined one class C, and I have defined two variables, integer I and integer j, and class D is extending class C, so ij will be available in class D, and its own variable, that is m and n. Now in class manager 1 I have sorry, I have just created one object, c1 equals to new c. Now c1 dot I equals to, I am initializing as 1, and c1 dot j equals to 2. Now I'm creating one object of class D1, and remember class D is having all those four variables, that is I, j, m and n, because class D extends C. Now d1 dot I equals to 3, d1 dot j equals to 4, d1 dot m equals to 5, and d1 dot n equals to 6. Now I am printing all those variables, that is 4 plus 2 6 6 println statement are there. c1.i, c1.j, d1.i, d1.j, d1.m and d1.n. So c1.i and c1.j will be 1 and 2, d1.i and d1.j will be 3 and 4, and d1.m and d1.n will be 5 and 6. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can see that 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is the program flow. Now moving back to the next program. In this program I have defined one class, that is class E, and I have defined one method. Now inheritance can be done also in method also. You can inherit the class, and all the methods can be also be available in your implementing class. Now class F extends E, so test1 will be available in class E and class F. F is extending E, and class F is having its own method, that is test2, and it is printing as test2. Now in the class manager 2, I have created one object, that is EE1, that is the parent class, and I am just calling test1 method of the parent class e1.test1, so it will print test1. And again I am creating another object of class F, that is which is extending class E, so f1 equals to new f, and I am calling f1.test1, and it will be available as because class F extends E. So f1.test1 and f1.test2, so it will print test1 and again test1 test2. So this is for class E1, class E, and these test1 and test2 will be for class F. Now moving back to the next program, in manager 3 I have defined one class over here, and I have implemented both the variables as well as the method. And I have defined one variable integer I, and I have defined one method, that is a void method print, and it's printing the value of I from print. And class H is extending class G, so I will be there in class H, print method will be there in class H, as well as it will have its own variable, that is J, and it will have its own method, that is print all. So from print all I am calling the parent class method print, and I am printing I from print all and J from print all. So in the main method of manager 3 class, I am creating one object of H, that is the in implementing which is extending class G, and I am calling h1.I equals to 20. Remember, I is initialized in I is declared in integer I is declared in class G only. Now class H is extending G, so I will be available in class H. Now I am calling h1.I equals to 20. So h1.I will be initializing by 20, and h1.j will be initialized by 30, and h1.printall I am calling, so it will call the printall method of class H, and from the printall method it will call print. So print method will be calling, and print method is declared over here. So again print method will be available in this class also, so you can directly call h1.print also. So that's why I have called h1.print here, but before that I have called h1.printall. So print method will be called both the times, for printall and as well as for the individual print. Now I am creating an object of class G, so g1.I will be 10, and g1.print I am calling, because G is having only two, one is the variable I and another is the method. So if you run this program, you get an output of this 20 from print. Why? Because as you see that h1.printall I have called, and from printall it's calling print, so it's getting print and from print, and I is initialized by 20. Why? Because h1.I equal to 20. So we are defining h1.I and we are calling print, so that's why it's calling print and I from print. So it's printing and it's calling the value as 20, and h1.j equals to 30, and we're calling h1.printall, so it will get the value as printall, and it will print again, it will call from printall, and I will gonna be called from printall. So 20 will be value of I and j will be 30. So from printall it will print I and j value, and after that we are calling again h1.print. So h1.print will print the value as 20 over here, and why? Because h1.I equals to 20. Now we are calling h1 the object of class H we are calling, so the method will be available in class H only. So h1 dot I will, as this is initialized by 20, so it's printing 20 from print. Now again we are creating one class object of class G, and g1 dot I is initialized by 10, so we are calling g1 dot print, so it will print 10 from print. So this is the program flow of this program, and this is a very fundamental problem. I hope you have understand. Now moving to the last problem of this tutorial. It's a bit complex, as you can see that I have defined one class over here, class I, and I have defined one variable, integer m, and like the previous program I have defined one method test, and I have printing system.out.println test1, and I am printing the value of m. Now class J extends class I, so the class J will be having the variable m as well as the method test. Now, and class J is having its own variable n and own method test2. Now like the previous program, I am calling m, I'm calling the test2 method, and it's printing m and n, the value of class J, that's the m and n, and I'm creating one object of class I, that is the parent class, and I'm calling obj.m equals to 10. So obj.m of class I will be set as 10, and I'm calling obj.test, and it will print test1, and m, the value of m will be 10 over here. Now j obj1 equals to new j, and I am calling obj1.m of j, remember, and it will initialize as 20. The value of m will be 20, and obj.1.n will be 30. Now I am printing obj1.test, so test method will be available also there. So test method will print the value of m, and m is initialized by 20 of the object j. So obj1.test I am calling, so it will print 20, and obj1.test2, so it will print 20 and 30. So let's take and have a look. Yeah, you can see that test1 is having the value as 10, as I have mentioned that obj1.test is first getting obj.test is getting called. So we have an initialized obj.m equals to 10, so it's getting print test1 10, and now we have called obj1.test. so obj1 is the object of class J, so then obj1.test will be like the value of m, so m will be initialized by 20 here over here, obj1.m, so it's getting print by 20, and obj1.test2 will print test2, and it will print m and n. So m is initialized by 20 and n is initialized by 30, so it's printing 20 and 30. This is the basic introduction of inheritance. We will be getting more about inheritance in the later tutorial of this series, and keep watching, and thanks for watching. And if you like the video, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you, and thanks once again for watching.